Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Driver killed by a gunman on bike in Halfway Tree area. A Nissan X-Trail driver was shot dead at the intersection of Skibo and Cargill Avenues in St. Andrew on Tuesday evening. The victim has not yet been identified. It is understood that the now-deceased man was trailed by men on a motorcycle who shot him multiple times before he crashed his car into a wall. He died on the spot. A team from the St. Andrew Central Police were on the scene, conducting further investigation.
So then do that. Right, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 target, man.
Construction worker charged after bloody bust-up with colleague. A Trelawney man has been charged with wounding with intent following an incident in his community on Friday. Charged is 51-year-old Donovan Dollery, otherwise called Danny, a construction worker of Coral Spring. Reports from the Falmouth police are that about 12 p.m., Dollery and his co-worker got into an argument, during which it's alleged that Dollery used a machete to chop the man all over his body, causing several wounds. The police were summoned and the body was taken to hospital for treatment. Dollery was arrested and charged on Monday following a question and answer session in the presence of his lawyer. His court date has not been finalized. No breakthrough in murder of St. Mary businessman, says cop. Police in St. Mary have so far come up empty-handed with their probe into the murder of a popular businessman who was killed by a gunman 2 weeks ago. 72-year-old Delaville Banbury from Anotobe was shot and killed while driving along the Covey Main Road in the parish on Thursday, January 12. Contacted on Tuesday, Superintendent Bobette Morgan Simpson, head of the St. Mary Division, said despite intense investigation, police have not been able to make an arrest in the matter. "We haven't had a breakthrough as yet. We are still investigating," Superintendent Morgan Simpson told reporters. The Anotobe police had reported that around 6 p.m., residents heard explosions in the area and summoned the authorities. On their arrival, Banbury was seen slumped over in his silver Mitsubishi L20 pickup, which had run off the road into a nearby gully. Upon further investigations, he was seen with multiple gunshot wounds. He was transported to the Anotobe Hospital, where death was confirmed. It is understood that an undetermined amount of cash was recovered on the scene. Kingston teen charged with 2021 murder. An 18-year-old has been charged with the March 18, 2021 murder of Lola Evans, otherwise called Loads, of Dallas Road, Kingston 7. Charged with murder is Dante Sutherland, otherwise called Asha Boy, of Bedward Gardens, Kingston 7. Allegations are that about 4 p.m., Evans was making a purchase at a shop when he was shot by Sutherland. Ludlow was admitted to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries 3 days later. Sutherland was arrested on Tuesday, January 10. Charges were laid on him on Monday, January 30, following a question and answer session. He is set to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday, February 10. Man slapped with multiple charges thanks to airport cocaine bus. A man has been slapped with multiple charges in relation to the seizure of approximately 2.5 kilograms of cocaine at the Sangster International Airport in St. James on Sunday. 33-year-old Jermaine Scott has been charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, attempting to export cocaine, and conspiracy to export cocaine. According to reports, investigators assigned to the Narcotic Division arrested Scott at the airport after the cocaine, which was attracted a street value of approximately US $125,000, was allegedly found in his possession during a law enforcement operation by the Narcotics and Customs Contraband Enforcement Team. Following an interview which was conducted in the presence of his attorney, Scott was charged on Monday. He is to appear before the St. James Parish Court on February 3rd. Jamaica willing to send security forces to Haiti, says Holness. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaica stands ready to send members of the security forces to Haiti as part of an international effort aimed at restoring stability to the violence-torn French-speaking Caribbean nation. Holness gave the commitment during a ministerial statement in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Jamaica would be willing to participate in a multinational security assistance deployment to Haiti under the appropriate jurisdictional parameters to support a return to a reasonable level of stability and peace, which would be necessary for any inclusive democratic process to take root, shared wholeness. Both the JDF Jamaica Defense Force and the JCF Jamaica Constabulary Force have been alerted to this possible course of support, and they would have started to plan for such eventualities as part of their routine situational awareness and response readiness, the Prime Minister added. He told the House that the Jamaican government and Jamaicans are deeply concerned about the humanitarian and security crisis being experienced by Haitians. He also noted that people of Haiti continue to have their human rights threatened by powerful gangs and militias which perpetrate heinous crimes including killings, kidnappings, and acts of violence against women and children. These have escalated with the recent murders of policemen, said Holness. The Prime Minister noted that Jamaica, through a joint CARICOM statement, strongly condemned the recent run of violence in Haiti. On Tuesday, he reiterated the condemnation and extended condolences to the families of the fallen officers, he said. Holness also pointed out that nearly 5 million Haitians face acute hunger, and cases of cholera and cholera-related deaths continue to pose grave difficulties for the country's public health system. Indeed, there are several emergency-level crises now in Haiti. Holness said Jamaica continues to collaborate on effort to deliver on Haiti's request for international assistance. He said, while international deliberation within CARICOM remain ongoing, Jamaica restates our preparedness to support a united international effort to respond to the persistent and deteriorating emergency in Haiti. We note with interest an initiative being contemplated within the OAS, Organization of American States, to strengthen the organization's response to the increasingly complex and challenging situation in Haiti. Jamaica will remain closely involved in efforts within this body to develop constructive approaches at the hemispheric level. Holness pointed out that from a bilateral perspective, Jamaica and Haiti are neighbors, enjoying long-standing good relations and partnerships. We have had signal, and here I reiterate our willingness to provide specific bilateral support, including in the areas of electoral reform, capacity building, and logistics. The government of Jamaica also stand prepared to host our Haitian brothers and neighbors here in Kingston for constructive talks and negotiation between Haiti political leaders and civil society actors, should this be an agreed approach, Holness stated. He concluded that it is our real hope that Haiti will soon overcome her challenges and embark on a path towards the restoration of stability, long-lasting peace, and sustainable development for her land and people, with the full backing of the international community. Budget for fiscal year increased by $24 billion. The budget for this fiscal year has been increased by $24 billion. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark tabled the third supplementary estimates in Parliament on January 31st. He explained that the increase is to facilitate, among other things, payments under the Public Structure Reconstructing Program. Dr. Clark said the new amount represents what the government can afford.
The third supplementary estimates provide for an additional expenditure of $24.5 billion, which increases the planned expenditure for the fiscal year to $998.2 billion. The additional expenditure is primarily to facilitate payments under the compensation restructure, which accounts for $23.7 billion of the supplementary amount. Contributing to this increased requirement are a combination of factors, including adjustments to the initial compensation restructure proposal following discussions with unions and bargaining groups, provision of a higher percentage of the third-year target in year one, and the impact of overtime hours not accounted for in the estimate. This additional expenditure is being financed by projected increases in revenue. Now, Madam Speaker, it's important to note that the amount for wages and salaries in the third supplementary estimates represent what Jamaica can afford at this time. Madam Speaker, the third supplementary estimates have wages and salaries at approximately 11.4% of GDP, and this represents a meaningful adjustment in aggregate from what it was before. Madam Speaker, we cannot go down on a path of having wages and salaries crowd out critical investments in human capital development and in social and physical infrastructure. It was, if you go from memory, it was pre-COVID, we got on to about 9.2. But comparing like for like, you'd have to adjust for the fact that a number of allowances were in programs. If you adjusted for that, you'd be comparing 11.4 with about 10 or thereabouts. But you can't say a percentage of GDP and do that in terms of dollars because it's a different base.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell